Praise the Lord, logged off and got my mask in my pocket, got my spare in my dashboard. I'm going to go out here in the middle of this field off of Route 173 and just walk. When you don't listen, me first, the same that doesn't listen, you find in silent, you're going to pay. You may not pay in 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 days, or 10 years, but there's a knee-jerk built-in offense when we don't listen. My mom used to say that the truth shames, but it should never offend. And this is the truth. When you don't listen, if you don't listen, most of the time, for those of us who haven't learned, it's when you don't listen, you're going to pay. We have to pay. You have to pay when you don't listen. It's a knee-jerk. It's built in when you don't listen. Mama says, stop eating all that sugar and eating all that salt and drinking all them caffeinated beverages and soda pops and before you go to bed. And my grandmother said, be true to your teeth or they will be false to you. My mom says, have patience or become a patient. But so many of us, a lot of us, Mama said, leave that man alone. There you married him, got babies with him, been stuck with him for 3 decades or longer. Mama said, leave that managed boy alone. You got pregnant by him. He beat you and left you, and you're still damaged from the first child. Mama said, stop playing in the road. You got hit by a car. Daddy said, come out, stop playing, come in before the street lights come on, and there you in jail or prison, or you have a social ill that you can't even rub off like a mole. As I leave this alone. When we don't listen, y'all, listen, Linda, listen. The same let us listen. You find in silent. We have to pay. Why should the child that does listen have to pay, and the child that don't listen don't pay at all? But the truth is, that child, the man, the woman that don't listen, you gonna pay. You might not pay in 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, but you might pay in 10 years. You might pay overnight. As I leave this alone, we have to listen. I learned math, trigonometry, algebra from listening to the teacher, the math instructor. I learned hermeneutics and homiletics from listening to the professor, the doctor. I learned chemistry and home economics and social economic politics and the War of 1812 from listening. I learned history and poetry and Homer and Romeo and Juliet and Josephus, Jewish historians and Rabbis, because I listened. I learned about Old Testament and New Testament history and survey because I listened, Linda. I learned about the Dead Sea Scrolls and the mitzvahs, the Holocaust and World War I, II, and Vietnam and Korean War, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, because I was there, because I listened. We have to listen. If you don't think you are not going to pay when you don't listen, you be praying that you don't pay when you don't listen. The same letters in silent are the same letters in listen. All of us are in the classroom. My mom said, you can't always teach, but you can always learn. And when you sit in the classroom of life, college, high school, prison, GED program, or whatever the case may be, you are a pupil. And the pupil in our eyes allow us to see. That's why when you're in the classroom, you ought to see the instructor, hear the instructor, instead of trying to become the instructor. Peace. One.